Okay, we're going to have a look at setting up and using the double ender tap system today. Inside your box you'll have the length of beer line, you'll have two plastic disconnects, one black and one grey. If you're using the stainless steel disconnects, again you'll have two disconnects, one with a black stripe on it, one with a white stripe. You'll have the tap shank adapter. This attaches to the liquid disconnect, so the easiest way is to put the ring around it, screw on this part, and that's that. On the grey, gas disconnect, you'll need this little adapter, which is to attach the regulator to it. So just screw that on. Again, just finger tight is plenty. You'll then have your spear. So with this, we're going to take the beer line, cut the beer line down to just slightly taller than the keg that you're using. We have a variety of different size kegs, so we give you a long piece. You want it to be about a centimetre taller than the keg, and that just simply attaches to the bottom of the spear here. In a separate box you'll find a tap. This is the premium stainless steel tap, but the same thing applies for the chrome tap. Just attach the handle and then line it up so it's upright. You know, the spout and the base of the disconnector are at the same spot. Put the ring on and just tighten the ring up. Now, if you're using the plastic disconnect, the tap is going to be at an angle. If you're using a stainless steel disconnect, it will be parallel to the top of the keg. For the regulator, be very sure that you've turned the gas off before you put any gas cartridge into it. The off should be lined up with the gauge on the front. You then want to screw the gas cartridge in just gently until it gets resistance, and then break that resistance with one firm twist. Once you've done that, you should be able to test it. Just put your finger over the end, turn the gas pressure up a little bit, and you should see the pressure gauge go up and down. Now that needs to attach onto this grey adapter. So same thing, just finger tight. You don't need to go too heavy with this. It's designed to continue to swivel so that you can adjust the angle of the regulator once you've installed it. You'd simply put the beer line in, screw on the keg top, now the great thing about these is these both have valves in them, so you can connect or disconnect your gas or your tap at any point. You can also release any excess pressure easily or flush oxygen out of the system by pulling on this little valve. That'll release any gas that's inside it. Now the tap goes onto the center post and your regulator goes on to the post that's off to the side. So that sits like this. That's the full setup. Now on the base of the regulator, this will come in your regulator box, a separate adapter. Now the adapter that's in there is designed for these disposable cartridges. This adapter replaces the one that's in there and is used for 74 gram paintball cartridges. It also means that you can use one of our sodastream bottle adapters. So if you replace this in the regulator, you can then screw our adapter in making sure it's very tight, and from there install the bottle. Make sure that you install this into the regulator first and then install the bottle, because there's a pin in here that will press the gas release of the SodaStream bottle. So if you put this onto the SodaStream bottle, gas is going to shoot out of it if it's not already in the regulator. On top of that, you can also use this same adapter for our full-size gas bottles. So this adapter fits onto standard 2.6 and 6 kilo CO2 bottles. Same thing again, it just attaches to our adapter like that. Okay, so you might have seen the how to fill video that's part of the picnic tap. It's slightly different with this. You can still follow the same basic steps, but best practice, absolute best practice, is to put some sanitizer into this, about 2 mils in 1 litre of water. Give it a shake, leave it for 2 minutes, turn the gas on a little and drain all of the sanitizer out through the tap. This way you've cleaned out everything inside it and you've filled the tank with CO2. Then take it to your brewery. Again, if you can, chill the keg. It's going to be a lot better because it's not going to foam up. So what you've got is a chilled, sanitized keg full of CO2. You then unscrew the top, hand it to them. They will use their hose to fill it with beer. Again, using the hose to fill inside the cushion of CO2. Once you've had it filled, put yours back in again. Screw it up and then turn some gas pressure on at the same time as holding open the bleed valve. That way we're going to flush out any little beer, any bit of air that was sitting on top of the beer. After you've done that, turn your pressure up to about 5 to 8 psi, and that's what you're going to leave it as. That's perfect storage temperature. Your beer's pressure, your beer's not going to go flat, and you are ready to pour at any point. All you have to do is connect your tap and hold your glass under and pour. It's that easy.